walk in the flesh, we are not waging war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ.
Maybe that child will suffer. Maybe that child will experience poverty. So what? Does that mean that now that warrants you to kill that child?
I believe so, yeah.
The truth is like foolish.
If truth is not absolute, then one neighbor can love his neighbor and the other one can cook his neighbor for dinner and they're all both good. But we know that for a fact that there's no such thing as subjective truth, that the truth is absolute.
Matthew 7:1. Matthew 7:1. Matthew 7:1.
You're spitting at me.
Matthew 7:1. Matthew 7:1.
Hey, put on your mask.
Matthew 7:1.
Put on your mask.
Matthew 7:1.
You were just telling me a few minutes ago why I'm not wearing mask, but you took off his mask. Hypocrite. He took off his mask to yell at me. We put it on a good show for ourselves.
People like you.
You're delusional. You're delusional.
And you are shit.
Jesus can set you free.
No, he cannot, because he is dead.
Jesus can set you straight. Emphasis on the straight.
And I am straight.
Emphasis on the straight. Jesus can set you on a straight path. And I emphasize the straight.
We don't want to be straight. We don't want to be straight like all of you.
Well, you're gonna face the consequence.
Matthew 7:1.
You're gonna face the consequence whether you believe it or not.
Stop.
Matthew 7. Matthew 7:1.
Keep reading.
Keep reading. Read the verses below it too.
Oh, the verses below it?
You read the verses below it too.
Because I think you should read that one too. Promise me
Read the verses below.
everything.
Read the whole context. Read the whole context.
Promise me that you will.
I already know it.
No, you don't.
I know it off
Stand
heart.
here. Don't touch this. Yeah, so you do have not read Matthew 7:1. What you're exactly doing right now, do not judge. Oh, look, touching. Isn't that great? COVID.
I'm not like you. I don't live in fear. I don't live in fear and emotion.
It's a real man right here, by
I don't live in fear, my friend. I don't live in fear.
Medically necessary treatments are bad.
You guys are completely just gone berserk, gone astray. If you believe that a man can have period, you are delusional. I just told you that.
Magic man in the sky. Why do I think that you telling me that I'm delusional means anything?
I told you the
The
truth.
magic man in the sky based on an age,
I believe in God.
Stone Age book.
I don't believe in Stone Age book. I believe in
That's what you
God.
based it on.
Is gravity an old Stone Age thing?
No, it's not. It's a modern science.
It's a modern science. So gravity just appeared just recently. Yeah, you discovered what was there. I discovered what was there a long time ago. God exists. Remember, I asked you a question before, you haven't answered.
You still have
Does information, where does information come from?
from our heads.
Where does information come from? From intelligent or non-intelligent?
What the fuck are you talking about? No.
I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you. I'm ignoring you now because you're not.
Can't do it.
I'm ignoring you now because
your God doesn't exist. and
because
you
you're
know it.
delusional. You believe that a man can get pregnant, and I don't talk to anybody who believes that a man can get
I'm not the one who
pregnant.
believes that God's going to stop me. I'm not the one carrying a son.
I don't believe that a man can get pregnant. I don't believe that a man can have period. You are the delusional. delusional
And you are
one.
delusional. You're delusional.
It's a social construct.
You're delusional.
Yeah,
Murder and sex aren't the same thing.
social construct. Keep telling yourself that.
You're delusional.
Keep telling
Your
yourself
mind is a
that.
social construct.
God is also a social construct. Gravity is also a social construct.
Doesn't exist. He's a
God, you are a social construct.
No, he doesn't. He never has.
You know what? What's happening to you is a social construct. Being gay is a social construct. Sorry? Sorry?
If you think being gay is a social construct, can you tell me where is it written in the Bible that we're all going to suffer? It says in the Bible itself that God makes no mistake in educating mankind.
God doesn't make mistakes, that's right. No? Yeah, it doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, so you're telling me right now that
Yeah.
God makes no mistakes,
No.
right? So how are you telling everyone else that being gay?
No, God doesn't make mistakes, but God gave you a free mind. He gave you free will to make mistakes too, to choose the right and wrong. And you can choose wrong if you like.
Being gay is not bad.
God created them male and female, but you can confuse yourself. You can talk yourself into believing that God created them male, female, hybrid, and all the rest of that. That's your prerogative, but that doesn't change the fact. That's what we are saying. That's what I am saying here. Fact that you cannot mutilate yourself and cut off your genital just because you feel like it. Just because you feel that you're a woman living in a man's body. Just because of that. You can't. You don't have the moral authority to do it. You can do it, but you can be judged. It's written in the Bible. God made them male and female so that they can procreate, and that's how you got here, and that's how I got here. We didn't come out of the wood. We didn't come out of the wood. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God?
I'm religious, but I know damn well.
Do you believe in God? No, do you believe in God? It's a simple question.
I believe in God, but also I know damn well that I've read the Bible.
You believe in God, but
Read the Bible, and nowhere in the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, every fucking religious book that you read, it's nowhere that's written that God has made mistakes in creating humankind. So whether
God makes no mistake. I just answered you the question. I just told you that God does not make mistakes, but you can make mistakes by believing things that are not correct.
supposed to make is whether you took one job you didn't like it, so you try to find yourself.
No, you can make mistakes. You can believe in a lie. Can you believe in a lie?
Is it a mistake to
Can you believe in a lie?
Is it a mistake to
It's okay.
remove a child's genitals?
Can you believe in a lie or not?
If the child themselves don't want to identify as one gender, they want to identify as someone else, then yes, it's their personal choice.
So if a child wants their Johnson, is that a mistake?
So
I ask you, is it a
for
mistake?
girls,
Yes or no?
you guys are talking about abortion. So for girls, for
She doesn't hear. She's here to give her. She's here to make a statement.
If God doesn't make
She's not here to dialogue.
the balls.
She's not here to dialogue. She
God
makes
didn't make a
it.
mistake. God doesn't tell you to cut off your balls. So the mistake is cutting off your balls. That's the mistake.
I try to let her understand. She's not listening.
that's the mistake. So killing girls.
She's not listening. Go ahead.
So if a girl does then what? So if a girl dies, then what?
What?
You guys are talking about abortion too.
Are you're gonna defend abortion?
Abortion, you're going to defend the killing of
You're
an
gonna defend the killing
innocent
of
child?
a little baby. That's what you're gonna defend.
You're going to defend that?
Hello, if a girl's been sexually assaulted,
No. That's 1%. That's 1%. 99% is by a healthy baby. 1% are maybe deformation and maybe incest. But again, when we come to incest, should a child suffer for the crime of the father?
no. So that's how abortion comes.
So abortion by rape, you're saying to kill the child because his father did something wrong.
What if it was not his father? What if it was a man off the street?
It doesn't matter. It's the man of the street is still the father of that child. Can a child suffer for the sin of the father? It's a question.
The child be brought up into a negative environment.
Oh, so you mean to tell me that there are a lot of people everywhere that are brought up in negative environment, that are brought up in impoverished environment. They grew up to be, they grew up to be, so your solution is, instead of a child to experience poverty, the best solution is to kill the child.
Why should the child face a negative environment?
Is that your logic that I'm getting from you? Instead of a child, if the child is going to be born here, that child may experience, because it's all about, it's not a fact, it's a guess. It's maybe that child will suffer, maybe that child will experience poverty. So what? Does that mean that now that warrants you to kill that child? Is that what you're saying?
Listen.
So we're talking about abortion.
If they want to abort or not. Now you have nothing.
You decide to. You decide whether.
Human being, are you going to elevate an adult over a child? We don't do that in our society.
It's okay. Let me. I can handle this.
We actually have rules in our society.
I can handle this. I'm going to show you something, and you're going to tell me.
Over adults, because babies need to be protected. But you're saying in the womb they don't need to be protected. In the womb, we should elevate an adult over a human being. That's what you're saying. Over a baby. That's exactly
do you believe that a child?
Do we elevate a child's rights over an adult's right? Do we make sure we protect vulnerables and weak over the strong in our society? Do we do that?
Dude, you're taking my words and making them.
I asked you a question. I didn't take any words. I asked you a question. Do we do that? Yes or no?
Why are you taking my words and making them something?
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. She's not listening. I'm asking you a question. I'm going to ask you a question again. Because a child, because this child that I have here in my hand may experience poverty, may experience maybe somebody yelling at him or her in school, poking finger and say, hey, you were born without a father. So your solution is that this child, we should terminate this child and we should go and rip that child in pieces. Is that what you're saying? That's your solution? Is that your solution for poverty?
That's the parent's choice.
That's your solution?
That's the parent's choice? Are you saying that's the parent's choice? This is the parent's choice?
This is your solution to poverty?
You're a baby murderer. You guys are.
You out of your mind then. If that's your solution to poverty by killing a child, then I can't talk to you. You're not a human being.
That's why you're condemned, because they love evil. Let me show them. Let me see it real quick. I want YouTube to see this. Hey, this lady right here said this is okay. This is a parent's choice to rip her baby's arms off, to rip her baby's spleen apart, to cut her baby's heads off.
Just so that the child doesn't suffer poverty.
It's the baby's choice. I'm glad everyone sees how evil and wicked
so that the child may not suffer poverty. You should kill the child because the child may suffer poverty. Is that your reasoning? Is that what you are saying? Because I want you to be consistent. I want you to be consistent.
I am consistent.
You tell it. That's what you're saying. That because this child, this little beautiful baby here, may grow up to be impoverished, may suffer.
Listen, you can keep talking. I'm not changing my view, man.
I know.
I'm asking you because this is what you're proposing. This is the end result. This is the end result you're proposing. If you believe
that either, are you Muslim?
No, she does. She's not. So if you believe that that's a way to solve poverty, you have no soul. You're an evil person. You're the same as Hitler. If that's what your solution.
Your mom and dad should have done that to you. They should have killed you because they couldn't provide for you.
Honest to God.
Now you're mad. Hey, now I personalize. She gets mad when it's just some random pictures. You don't care. But when I personalize, you get mad.
That's hypocritical.
She got mad when it's you because you're selfish. But when it's some random baby, you don't know it's okay.
You tell me that this is a solution for poverty. If you tell me that this is a solution for poverty, you're no different from Hitler.
Matthew 7.
Yes, because that is what Hitler did.
Matthew 7.
That is what Hitler did. Hitler think, okay, these Jews, you know what? These Jews
They have not, because
They are becoming a problem for us. We can't send them to all these other countries because these nations will not allow us to send Jews. Will not allow us to send Jews. You know what? The solution for us to do is to kill them. Is to gas them. That is your solution. It's no different from Hitler. It's no different from Hitler. If you can do this, if you can do this to a human being,
your God did nothing.
if you can do this to a human being, you're not human.
Your God did nothing to stop Hitler.
You don't run away from the problem, my friends. I want you to take a good look at this picture and tell me, is this your solution to poverty? Is this your solution to rape? Is this your solution?
That's rape.
Is this your solution to rape?
Rape.
We've already covered that statement.
Baby, do you understand how many girls?
And your solution means kill the child.
Yes.
Kill the child for the crime of the father.
Yep.
That child father was a rapist.
It could be a predator.
It doesn't matter. That child does not deserve it.
Yes, it does. You're gonna bring something into the
The
world.
fundamental human, the basic fundamental to human
They're
rights.
ready to have a fucking
Okay.
baby.
The basic to fundamental human rights, the basic fundamental of human rights is the right to life.
Okay.
It's the right to life. And if you get the right to life wrong, you mess up. Everything is all wrong.
Oh.
This is why, you know why Hitler was able to do this? You know why? You know why a human being can do this to another human being?
Because your God didn't stop.
Because he does not believe there is a God. He does not believe there's an absolute.
Nazis were Christian.
He does not believe there's an absolute truth.
Christians.
He believes. You see, that's what they are doing to do.
Well, just for the record, Hitler's dead, so God did stop him. He's dead. Hitler's dead. God did stop him.
Why does he keep bringing that?
I don't know.
Nazis are not Christians.
Yes, they were.
Nazis are not Christians.
Yes.
Just because you walk through a chicken coop doesn't make you a chicken. My friend,
What is that supposed to be?
that's if you don't get it, then you lost. If you don't get it, then you lost.
Churches and the other churches.
Just because you crawl through a chicken coop doesn't make you a
What's that
chicken.
supposed to mean?
Just because you say I'm a Christian doesn't make you a Christian. Okay?
You're not a Christian. You just said it.
Just because you said it.
You just said it.
Your life has to reflect what you believe in. But when you don't believe there is a God, anything is possible. When you don't believe there is a God, this is great.
Maybe instead of having a
When you don't believe there's a God, you don't feel a thing about this. When you don't believe there's a God, this is just a blob of jello.
Really? You think that?
It's not a human being.
Delusional.
When you believe there's no, you're the one, sir. You're the one that believes that a man can have period. You're the delusional
You are
one.
using your emotional pictures, sir, to be emotional.
Sir, can a man have a period?
No, you cannot.
He changes.
And you can have a baby.
Catch me in a lie.
Can a man get pregnant, sir?
Yes! I'm just
Now you know who the delusional one is.
You're the one that believes in God.
People will have
Can I get a witness to the delusional?
No, you cannot.
This is what happened when you believe there is no God. You can do anything.
So when you believe
There's no limit. There's no limit to evil. That is why the Nazis did what they did. The Nazis did what they did because they don't believe in God. They don't believe in God.
Yes, they did.
They're evolutionists. They're evolutionists. Look it up.
They were evolutionists.
Look it up. Look it up. They're evolutionists.
We're not
They believe that the Germans. They believe that the Germans are the Aryan race, that the Germans are evolved higher than the Jews. That is why they can kill them and don't feel a thing.
Because they were Christian
That is why you can kill a baby in a womb and don't feel a thing. Because
Protestantism was
you
founded on the belief
taken up,
that Jews are
understanding
inferior.
has been
That's why
taken away from you.
It's evil.
Understanding has been taken away from
Martin
you.
Luther used
Wisdom has been taken away from you.
We're not Jews.
You are delusional.
Martin Luther.
You are delusional.
Martin Luther either.
We don't follow Martin Luther.
Not Protestant.
We don't follow Martin Luther. We don't follow anybody that calls themselves, any Joe that calls themselves Christians.
Before you start yelling at us.
We believe in the scriptures. We believe in the scriptures.
Stone Age book.
No, you are the one who believes that a man can have period. You're the delusional one.
You still haven't answered this. You believe in a Stone Age book.
It was before the Stone Age.
It was before the Stone Age, my friend.
So people
Where do you get your information from, sir? Where do you get your information from?
Logic and reason.
Where does that come
Okay,
from?
logic and reason says
Is it
that if you
written in a
stay gay,
book?
You're not going to reproduce.
Was it written in a
All
book?
species will die out.
Reproducing now.
Was it
Our whole
written in a
species will
book?
die out. Logically, it doesn't make sense.
And?
We need to. You don't care about humans?
And I will be long dead. Like, why do I give a shit?
Well, that's why they support abortion. That's why they support extinction. That's why they support population control, depopulating the earth.
I don't care about
All that you stand for are evil. All that you stand for are against life.
No, but
The basic fundamental human right is the right to life. You have a right to life. You have a right to life. You have worth. You have worth. But when you don't believe that you were made in the image of God, you can kill anybody
I was made in the
and
image of
feel
God.
nothing. You are made in the image of God. You are made in the image of God. Because of that, you have worth. You have worth. Your life is worth. I cannot take your life because your life is worth. It's worthwhile. It's worth something.
Amen.
That is where my mindset is coming from.
How about this?
Your mindset is coming from the other opposite direction that says that there is no God, that there is no human, that human beings are not equal, that human being, that a black person is less human than a white person. Hey, do you know that's what the Nazis believes and taught?
You are literally doing the same thing as Nazis.
Until the black man,
Literally doing the same
until the
thing.
black man showed up in the Olympics
about your black thing.
and blew away the Olympians and blew away all that Aryan race
Catholics,
nonsense,
Christians,
and they
all
still
fucking
and they
raped
still
Indian
didn't get
children.
it.
They murdered Indian children.
No,
They used
we
Indian
didn't
children.
murder anybody.
They did. They used
Jesus
Indian
didn't murder
children as
anybody.
medical experiment.
No, Jesus didn't murder. You're a liar. Jesus didn't murder anybody.
Oh my God! Are you saying residential
Jesus-
schools aren't
Jesus, residential school. Residential school, let me educate you about residential schools.
Oh my God!
Residential, I have a brother, he's white, he's blonde. He went to residential
So you're
school.
not talking about Aboriginals in residential schools right now.
Aboriginals got treated wrongly. That is true. But
murdered you
residential school
and their bodies
was not
back.
only for Aboriginals. It was for everyone that lives. Stop believing in propaganda. It's everyone that lives. It's for everyone that lives in a remote area. They can't go there and build a school, so they build a central school
Your argument was
for everyone to go to that same school. This brother, he lives in a remote area. He is right. He's from a Ukrainian background, and he went to residential school.
I'm glad to know that they raped
So, and there's some residential schools that are predominantly native. There are some residential schools that are a mixture of native and white. There are residential schools.
where that is, where white
The only,
residential school.
the only reason is the only problem.
Can you give me that information where white people went to residential school?
I have a brother I just told you.
Where is it?
I have a brother I just told you, a Christian brother. He went to residential school. He grew up in Manitoba. He went to residential schools.
Where can I find the information?
That's when my eyes became open. I thought it was just only native people until
Where is it?
they're predominantly native. In some area they're predominantly native. In some area they're a mixture. They're a mixture of people. So
Thrown out back.
and so some people did something wrong to residents to
they never
native
fucking
people.
apologized
The
even.
same with my people. Some people did wrong to my people, enslaved my people.
on trans people.
But because I'm not
But me.
stuck,
No But
because I'm not stuck in hate. I'm not gonna walking around thinking I'm an oppressed person. I'm an oppressed person. No, I'm a free person.
No, you're not.
I'm a free person.
a stupid God.
I believe in God
you don't.
who created the heavens and the earth.
Well, you're
And that God created you.
delusional, sir.
And that God created you. And he said it is delusional to believe that a woman can have periods. It is delusional to believe that a man can get pregnant. It is delusional, my friend. You are delusional. I'm calling you on the side of reason.
I believe you.
Come to the side of reason.
I'm on the side of reason.
You're not. You're delusional. You believe that a man can get pregnant.
God.
Can a man get pregnant?
Yes.
Exactly. You guys hear it over and over. Who is delusional?
Continuance of that. We don't have a continuance.
Who is delusional? The one that believes that a man can get pregnant. The one that believes that a man can get periods.
I mean,
That's a delusional person.
just laughs at me.
You are delusional, my friend.
don't even listen.
You are delusional. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to bring you to the reason. To the reasons.
And denying it.
I'm trying to bring you to the reason. Just because your people my people was enslaved does not make me a victim. That happened in the past. It was wrong. It happened in the past. It was wrong. And we condemn it to be wrong. But I'm not going to walk around pretending to be a victim.
Residential schools where they rape children, use children as medical experiments, threw them out in the back. That's all fine because it's in the past.
Medical experiments.
And they use white people. That's okay.
See,
Mental experiments.
the problem with you and me, is that I'm created to forgive and move on.
You're not
The
creative.
difference with me and you,
You're randomly called.
you're randomly, your forefathers were apes. I agree. That's your forefather, not my forefathers. My forefathers were not apes. My forefathers were created in the image of God.
Randomly cobbled DNA.
Yes. So what's the point? Why are you complaining about?
Because you're here trying to.
Why are you complaining about the Nazis, my friend? What is wrong with the Nazis?
Oh my gosh! Did you just hear him?
What's wrong with the Nazis? If we are a bunch of chemicals and gas, what's wrong with another chemical and gas killing another chemical and gas?
It's ethics beyond your God.
My friend, I'm trying to reason with you.
No, you're not.
You're not consistent.
You are not trying.
You're not consistent.
You're not consistent.
No, if all there is just chemicals and matters and gases, that your brain wave is all just a bunch of gases exploding and doing things. There is no God. There's no one in control. What is wrong with Hitler?
So what you're saying is, if there wasn't a God, you'd go around and kill people.
If
there wasn't a God,
there is no God, if there is no absolutes, what is wrong with Hitler? If there's no absolutes, Hitler and Mother Teresa are all great people. If there's no absolutes, but I believe there is an absolute.
Okay, wait.
I believe Hitler is evil. I believe Mother Teresa is a good person because I believe in the image. I believe in right and wrong.
Because God didn't stop you.
I believe in the right and wrong, my friend. I believe in the right and wrong. You believe there is no such thing as right and wrong.
I didn't say that.
You do.
No, I didn't.
Because your basic belief, you have to borrow.
God doesn't decline.
You have to borrow from my morality to judge.
You don't have any morality.
You have no morals.
You have no morals.
You have no morals. You're an atheist. You have no morals.
You were saying your morals.
You have no morals. All that we are is just gases and exploding. All that we are is just chemical makeup, my friends. It doesn't matter. What? Another shark eating another shark in the ocean. It doesn't matter. Why would it matter?
Because he doesn't care.
Why would it matter?
Think of other people without having God.
Why would it matter?
To stop.
Why would it matter another shark eating another shark in the ocean?
It doesn't matter.
Wait. You're saying the only reason you're good is so you can get into heaven? Isn't that the...
That is what
I'm telling you the truth.
He's scared of hell.
I'm telling you the truth. No, you're conflating the issue. I'm telling you the truth. If there is no God, and everyone is all for themselves, if there's no God, all you have is just like a basketball game happening, and nobody is the referee. No one is refereeing. That's what you're doing. It's like basketball happening, but there's no referees. Everyone can foul. Everyone can do whatever they want and get away with it. That's what you are saying. That's what you are saying when you believe there is no God. If you believe there is no God, that means there is no rules. If you believe there is no rules, Hitler can get away with it, and Mother Teresa and Hitler can be in the same platform and receiving a medal. If you believe there is no absolute right and wrong, but you do believe it. But you do believe right and wrong. And you know why you do believe in right and wrong? Because you're made in the image of God. And God has put inside of you to show you what is and evil is.
Out of your stupid religion.
Because God placed it inside of you to know what is right and what is wrong. My friend, if all it is just chemicals, can you put the word love, the concept of love, can you put it under a microscope and view it and see what it's like?
Have to do with anything
No, you can't. Why? Because it precedes science. It's not something that you can see. There are things physical and there are things that are spiritual.
Prove to me anything about your God. Give me one reason.
You are here, and I just told you. You're standing here right now as you're talking to me. Your cells are dividing. Right now you're talking to me. Your DNA is getting repaired. No, it doesn't prove evolution. Evolution is a hogwash. Evolution doesn't explain anything. Darwinic evolution is a racist concept. Darwinic evolution is a racist concept.
You are delusional. You are delusional.
Darwin was a racist. He thinks that white people are higher than black people.
You are delusional. You are delusional.
My friend, you're not going to shut me out. You're not going to shut me out.
You are delusional.
Darwin was a racist. So if you believe in evolution theory, in Darwinic evolution, guess what? You just bought into a racist concept. Because Darwin believes that the white people are higher race, that the white people evolve more than other race. That's what Darwin believes. And he
is calling this guy delusional. Just think about that for a minute.
You're being racist.
Think about that for a minute.
You're saying
yes, Darwin is a racist. Darwinic evolution came from a racist mindset that believes that the white people are better than colored people. That the white people are better and higher in the chain of evolution than the Asians. That's where all of these come from. Racist. Yes, Darwin is a racist. He's a racist. Darwin, have you looked at the word, the origin of species? Have you read the meaning of that book? It's a long meaning. Origin of species. Go look it up right now in your Google. It's an origin of species of the favored race. That is the full meaning of it, but your professors in university just say origin of species, just to cut it off so you don't know the rest of the thing. It's a racist book written from a racist mindset. But someone who believes that white person is better than a black person, do you know what they used to do to black people in Africa? The French used to have black military men, and they put them in the front line because they believe in evolution. They have not evolved to the white man's standard. That they have their spinal, that their brain chemistry fires very sporadically. They're not evolved enough. So they put them in the front line to go and get slaughtered. Why? Because they believe the white man is greater than the black man. Because of evolution. It all came from evolution theory. The racists of Europe created evolution theory to justify their opinion, to justify why the white man is better than the black man. So whenever you're reading evolution, whenever you believe in Darwinic evolution, you are propagating racism.
Amen.
You are propagating racism. Go and read the full meaning of origin of species. You can walk away, sir. That is fine. Yes, facts. If I don't want to confuse you with the facts, so go away. So if facts confuse you, look it up. Yes, Darwin wrote a book and you believe it. And that's where we are today. That's why we can murder children. That's why we can murder a child in the womb, because we think that they are not human beings. What did the Jews do what did the Germans do to the Jews before they killed them? They first dehumanized them. They tell them that they say that the Jews are not really evolved like us. So they're not really human. The same thing we do with a child in the womb today. We say, well, you look, see, they're not really human beings. They're blob of cells. They're blob of cells. So why the solution to the poverty is to allow, to choose to kill that child, to go inside the womb and rip that child to pieces. And then, when they're done ripping that child apart, they take them and put them on a table, and they try to do a Lego puzzle to put the arms where they belong, to make sure that they get everything out. That is what you are doing. But Jesus Christ has a judgment for anyone that continues to practice such things. Jesus Christ can set you free. Jesus Christ can set your mind free.
He's imaginary.
Do you know that God loves you?
You see, when someone swears a lot, that means they have no vocabulary. When you swear a lot,
God, there is no God. It's in your imagination.
Okay. Are you imaginary right now?
No, I'm better than you, God. I'm real.
You're real. Where did you come from?
Your brain does.
Where does your DNA come from?
Get the hell out of here. What the hell do you know?
You can't even answer a simple question. Where does your DNA come from?
You don't even know anything about DNA. Get the hell out of here. Let's go.
Where does your DNA come from, sir?
Hey, don't fucking me.
Where does your DNA come from?
Imaginary son of a bitch.
I'm not imaginary, I'm right in front of you. I love you, bro. God loves you. Yeah, you talked to the wrong one. I'm going to give you nothing but love until over here. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to tell you how much God cares about you. Oh, why would you do that to someone who loves you, bro? That's messed up. God bless you, brother. God loves you. 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 But you have to repent and get right with him or you're going to go to hell.
Unicorns.
If you don't believe it,
there are unicorns. There are unicorns. So the word unicorn is a Latin
if you don't believe in him, if you don't believe in him, you're gonna go to hell. If you don't believe he's going to cast you into the lake of fire, and then you're gonna tell him there that he doesn't exist.
Why are you discriminating against him? Why are you discriminating against him? Why are you discriminating against him?
Because you're discriminating against
This guy, this man, why are you full of emotion?
I can't hear you, bro.
I hate you!
I know, you said that already.
Right here.
Hey, kid, when you grow up and if you say this guy's not, you're going to go to hell when you die. I want you to know that. No, put this in. You guys are playing games. You want to play games? Hold on. Hey, little kid. No, the Bible says that suffer not to be able to come to me. Hey, little kid, if you grow up and you act like these people, you're going to go to hell. God's going to put you in hell. It's the truth. You are full of profanity. Everyone who rejects Christ is going to hell. At the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. So, kid, I don't want that to happen to you. So you need to go home and do some research. Don't fall into the lies that the adults are telling you.
that they are going to
Because you're going to go to hell.
hell. Matthew.
When he grows up, if he has that mentality when he grows up, he's going to go to hell. That's